Hi you guys, it's your girl CandyGirlCeCe, and I am finally back. It's 2020 August, and this is the first video I have done all year. So I'm like, you know what, I've been itching. I was like, man, I gotta do some YouTube. I haven't done YouTube in a very long time. I think my last one may have been about me trying to buy a house and all this other stuff, but that was last year and this is this year, and now I'm ready to get back on. I have my cute little pink room set up that I can film in, and yeah, here it is. So I was racking my brain trying to think of what would be a great video to share with you guys, and I was actually on my phone. I was like, oh my god, it hit me. This is my favorite app. I'm going to talk to you guys about my favorite side hustle, my favorite app today. So my favorite side hustle, my favorite app is called Poshmark. And if you don't know what that is, Poshmark is like a marketplace app where you can buy and sell different items, mainly like clothing, shoes, and accessories. But you can do other things like kids' clothes, you can do home goods, anything of that nature that you could sell as long as it's, an approved item, you can sell it on this app. So I've been on this app since September of 2013. And so far, I have made $5,000. So I know that doesn't seem like a lot of money in that length of time, but this is totally something that I might dedicate like an hour a month to, or maybe 3 hours a month to. It doesn't involve a whole lot of time at all. So, I can't think of any other app that I use that has generated me that much money. Yeah, no. So basically, I'm just sharing with you guys some way that I make money. I like to shop a lot. Hey, this is perfect for me. So I can get rid of a lot of my old stuff that I don't wear anymore, or stuff that has just been sitting in my closet, and get more money for new clothes or whatever else I want to buy. So, like I said, up to this point, it's a little over $5,000. I made about $5,300. So I know some of you may be interested in some side hustles. Corona's kicking in, and so a lot of people haven't been going back to work, and you're trying to find some other ways and some other things you can do to make you some money. So what better way than to utilize things around your house to bring in the dough, bring in the dough, bring in the dough. Ooh, 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 ooh. You feel me? Anyway, so what I did was I basically jotted down a few of my top tricks and ideas to help you make a good little side income off of Poshmark. So I'm actually going to go backwards. I'm going to start with my number 3 tip, and then work all the way up to my number 1 tip, which is definitely, I feel, the most important one, my number 1. So for the number 3 tip, my number 3 tip is to have interesting items to sell. And I know that sounds pretty simple, but it is. Poshmark has millions and millions of users, so you got to make your items stand out, basically. First of all, you want them to be clean, of course. It is allowed to sell used items, so you want to make sure your items are clean and in gently used condition. We don't want to see any holes, tears, rips, excessive stains, or anything like that. If for some reason your item does have like a small blemish to it, it's okay. I know I spent $60 on this jumpsuit I bought from some little online boutique. $60. And like either as soon as I put it on or after wearing it one time, it ripped down the seam near the zipper. So it ripped down the seam, and I never wore it again, and I never cared that much to take it to like the cleaners or a seamstress or something to have it fixed. It was just like a little jumpsuit. I sold it on Poshmark. I didn't make $60, but I sold it for $9. It was sitting in my closet for months and months and months, like with a rip in it. So, I guess it is okay to sell some blemish items, but just be really clear about what the blemish is. Take pictures of it. Make sure you put it in the description box. You just want to cover all your bases, because you don't want anybody to say, oh, I didn't know this was there, and then, you have to ship back your item and then you not get credit for it. So generally used condition is best. You can sell both brand name and thrift items on there. So when I say that, I mean brand name, like designer, sells on there. Did I sell any design? I sold a Gucci purse on there. I bought a Gucci purse off of Craigslist, believe it or not. And I hope this doesn't date me. I bought a Gucci purse off Craigslist. It was authentic. I bought a Gucci purse from a girl off Craigslist, and I sold it like maybe 4 years later on Poshmark for like $10 less than what I bought it for. So you can sell designer on there, and there's actually a big market for designer on there as well, because everybody is looking for that deal. And what way to get a better deal on some designer is to get it secondhand or used. So yeah. And then another cool thing that you can do is to thrift. So I do a lot of thrifting myself, mainly because my mom has a thrift store. So whatever item she doesn't want to sell, because she receives donations, whatever item she doesn't want to sell, I purchase at a bulk rate from her, and I go through everything and I purchase in bulk, and then I sell what I think is interesting. So I found like Burberry coats. I found this shirt. This is Burberry Brit. I found this shirt. I found all kind of crazy ponchos, and oh my God, you won't believe the kind of stuff that other people, you know, don't want to sell or don't think is worth anything. So typically what I do when I do thrift is I'll buy maybe 40, 60 pounds of clothes from her. I'll go, because it's a lot of clothes, and I do this, you know, maybe once every couple months. So, and it starts to accumulate. So I don't have time to necessarily post everything on Poshmark. So I'll go to like a resale store like Buffalo Exchange or Crossroads if you're here in California in the Bay Area. I go to a store like that. I let them take whatever they want. And true, I can get more money on Poshmark, but honestly, I have a good supply of the thrift. Whoops, who's texting me? Oh, it's my boyfriend. Anyway, I have a good supply of thrift, so I don't really need to hold on to every little piece. So I let them take what they want just to get some quick cash there. And then whatever they don't sell, I take home, and that's what I put on Poshmark. So that's one way of doing it. If you have access to a thrift store, hey, if you're in the Bay Area, try Urban Boutique. She will gladly sell to you in bulk, okay? Plug your mom. I did plug your girl. Okay, and then another thing I do is I just go normal thrifting. Like I'll go to like a Goodwill, or my absolute favorite thrift store on this planet is Savers. Shout out to all the Savers in Las Vegas. That is my favorite thrift store ever. And find the coolest looking costume clothes, bikini tops, costume jewelry. Oh my God, I love thrifting in Vegas. Oh my God, you don't understand. Yes, honey, I love thrifting in Vegas. But anyway, I digress. You can thrift, and then you can sell the items that you thrift on there. So that's another way you can do it. Another thing you can do is just sell stuff from your closet. Stuff that you haven't worn. Stuff, like I said, that's just been sitting there. Stuff you can't fit anymore. Stuff your kids can't fit anymore. I mean, if you're moving and you're trying to downsize, anything like that. So those are good ways to find excellent, interesting, and hopefully gently used clothing. So, when you're selling these items, you want to make sure you have great pictures, like of all angles. If it's a purse, take the outside, the inside, the zippers, the handle. Give good descriptions, give measurements, give height, width, length, depth. And believe me, trust me, I know this seems like a whole lot. You're like, damn, I'm just trying to put something up here and sell it. This seems like a whole lot, but if somebody's interested, they will definitely ask you, and then you'll have to go back and take all these pictures. So it's really good to be as descriptive as possible when you're making your postings. And dress your pictures up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I bought a little rug. I bought like a little, I don't know how much I paid for it. $5.99, $8.99 rug. That white rug that everybody sees. That little white fur rug from IKEA. I bought that. I bought some faux flowers. And I used my hardwood floors. And I use that as designs. As a matter of fact, I will try to include a couple pictures of some of the postings that I've sold on here, so you guys can see how I dress things up. I use magazines. I use jewelry. I'm honestly not a good person for making like the outfit ideas. I'm just not spatially, I can't make an outfit on the floor, but I know how to dress it up a little bit. And even if you don't dress it up, I mean, of course there's people who will just hang it up on the closet door and call it a day, but I mean, you want your posting to stand out. So honestly, if you could dress it up and make it a little bit cuter in any way, shape, or form, I definitely would recommend that. Great. Have interesting items to sell. Cool. So my next thing is my next number 2 tip is to share your items. So Poshmark is a very social app, and this is why I like it more than any other apps, more than Mercari, more than eBay, anything like that, because it's very social. So you can follow people, people can follow you, and you can share your items. So how can you share your items? Well, you could share your own closet. There's buttons where you can click on your item and it's like a little cycle around, and you click that and you share it, and that will share to your followers. Or if it's a Posh Party is basically, Posh hosts about 4 parties a day in which they do themes. So they'll do the Great Adventure or the Kids Day Out or the Billabong Roxy theme or the Gucci Louis Vuitton Fendi party, and everybody who has those kind of items in their closet will share to the party. So you can share the same way by going to your item. If the party is going on, it'll give you the option to share it to the party, or you can share it to your followers and you just share it to the party. And that way you have a lot newer people who can see, because it shares to everybody who's looking at the items in the party versus just your followers. So that's a cool way. Another thing that I recommend as far as sharing is sharing the closets of others. So what you'll find is when you start interacting with people on Poshmark, people will share the hell out of your closet. And that is such a sweet way. Even if they don't purchase anything, say they share your item and they have 100,000 followers. That's like 100,000 eyes on your item. So you definitely want to reciprocate the Posh love by sharing other people's closets too. And when you do that, they in turn share yours. And then, hey, you've got, you know, tons and tons more people looking at your items. So sharing is pretty important. And honestly, this is an area that I'm going to get bigger on, but I have to get, I have a strategy actually, and it goes into my number 1 tip. I'm focusing, it's in stages, my strategy. So I'm focusing on my number 1 tip right now. And then once I hit a certain mark, a certain amount of, certain point with my number 1 tip, then I'm going to go and then I'm going to share like crazy. That's just my tip. I do share now. Like I have maybe like 8,000 shares, which is not a lot in the grand scheme of things. I do share now, but now my shares are more like curated, if you would. They're more like, these are things that I really like, but that are not my size. Or these are things I really want, but I can't afford right now. Or these are things I really want, or I think they're cute, but they're just not cute on me. So now it's like a curated item of things that I like right now. And I'm going to kind of change it into more like a just showing everybody love type of thing. But I'm just not at that point yet. But it really still does help to share your closet and share other people's closet. Definitely share your own closet. Okay? And now we're on to my number 1 tip. Are you ready? Have you been waiting? Are you ready? I'm ready. My number 1 tip is to follow people. Do not be afraid to follow people. I know people get all intimidated behind the idea of following people, but it is like, let me tell you, honey, I have 200,000 followers on Poshmark. Yes, 200,000. But I am following 500,000. So, I mean, it took a long while to get there. You can share yourself to death and get the same amount of followers, but I'm just more, I think it's easier to follow than it is to share for me for some reason. Because for me, share, I got to go through a closet, see what I like, pick it out, da-da-da. Where follow, you could just go straight down the line and follow like 400 people at one time. You know what I'm saying? Well, not at one time. You have to individually click. So it's a little time consuming too, but it's a lot easier. So when I was saying that my strategy, so right now my strategy is once I get to 1 million people that I'm following, hopefully I'll be somewhere in the area of 400 to 500,000 followers. Then I'm going to go and I'm just going to share my life to death. Share. So I get like 150,000 shares. And then, boom, hopefully I'll blow up. I'll make it to Poshmark heaven or something. I don't know. But whatever's going to happen, that's my strategy. So I'll let you guys know how it works when I get there. So we'll see. But going back to follow, don't be afraid to follow people because it's a great way to introduce your closet to new people. So you follow someone, the first thing they're going to do is check out your closet. I promise you. She's following me. Okay, well, let me see what she has to offer. Let me see if she's selling something that I like. Maybe she has these shoes I like. Maybe she's, has something I wasn't thinking about, you know what I'm saying? That's the very first thing they're going to do is check out your closet. I promise you this. So with that, they're going to check out your closet. And if they're not going to purchase anything, they're going to either like it, which you can also do on Poshmark. Like I said, it's very social. You can like things on there to save them into your little like tab. Or they're going to share it. So either way, it's a win. Either they buy it, they like it, or they share it. And that's why I think it's so important to follow people. So you may be asking, how do I follow a lot of people at one time? Well, this is a little trick, and it took me a little while to figure out how to do. Let me pull up my Poshmark here. Poshmark. Here we go. So if you go into your feed, there will be a little person with a search menu here. And here down below it says connect with Posh. Oh, you can't see. Oh, the lighting is horrible. The lighting is horrible. Oh. Okay, anyway, it says connect with Posh ambassadors. So what I usually do is I'll click on a Posh ambassador, like we'll choose this person. She's following 195,000 people and she has 77,000 followers. So you can click on the followers and the following. So I'll click on the following since it has more. And on here, oh my God, I can't, the light is horrible. Anyway, you can't see, but all these are people that she's following, and all the follow buttons are right there in a row. So I just go right down the row, follow, 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 follow. Flip up the screen, follow, 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 until my fingers fall off, basically. Or until I get bored, or until I get tired. I do it at work, I do it at my break, I do it at the DMV. Anywhere that I'm just bored, that's when I sit there and I just follow people. Follow, follow, follow. And of course I share too. I share a little bit. Like I said, I'm doing my strategy though, where we're following first and then we'll share a whole bunch of people's closets later. So I feel like I could go on and on and on about Poshmark. I really, really could. And this video is probably, I want to keep it a little short, so I'm going to cut it here. But this is just the introductory video. Trust me, there's so much more that I could go into as far as what type of items you should sell, what constitutes a good item to sell, what it should look like, how to take your pictures. Maybe if this video does well, I'll include some more Poshmark videos on my channel since I love it so much. Hey, like I said, I can't think of any other app that I've been on that's made me $5,000, honey. Not even my Robinhood has made me that much money, okay? Okay, I'm just saying. So, yeah. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. This was the end of my How I Made $5,000 on Poshmark video. If you like it and you like me and my channel, hit like. And if you want to see more from me, which I know you do, hit subscribe. Thank you so much. You can follow me on Poshmark, Poshmark.com. I believe it's CandyGirlCeCe. I'll put it in the description box. And if you want to sign up, I'll put my referral code there too so that you can sign up. You'll get something and I'll get something too. Thank you.